today we're going to be checking out Netherlands rocked by foreign adoption scandal. So yeah, let's actually see what we got here. It's going to be an interesting video, I believe. But let's get right into it, see the actual thing. And yeah, if you're new to the channel, guys, don't forget to go smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. It really does support, help me out. So feel free to do that. With that being said, let's get right onto the video.
I think it's important for everybody to know where they come from.
That's true, bro.
Everyone has a basic right to know their roots. It defines your existence. I always had the feeling Miriam and I were not biological sisters, that we didn't have the same parents. Always. It's very strange to have people tell you that you're biological sisters when somehow you know it's not true.
Indonesia, September 9.
Somehow. So like, how does that work? Like, do you have the feeling, like inside of you, you know, like this person is not your biological sister? It could be true. Like you could have feelings for in that way, you know?
1979. It's adoption day, and two little girls are being picked up from a children's home by a Dutch couple. They're given new names, Miriam and Dorrit. Supposedly they're sisters, but 41 years later, a DNA test would prove this was not true.
Wow, 41 years later.
When you have the information in black and white, it really hits you hard. I didn't expect that. It really affected me.
According to the test, the two are not even distant relatives, just as Dorrit Bergeman had always suspected. For years she pored over her adoption papers, desperately searching for information about her true identity. But instead, she found forgeries, irregularities and lies.
On another file, I see another signature, also from her father, Slamet. And you can see they don't match at all. I showed it to everyone, you know? You can see it yourself. And they say, but a Dutch judge looked at it. Then it is all right. Even my mother said it. I showed it to her, but she didn't want to believe it.
Over the years, Dorrit has met many other adoptees in the Netherlands.
Wow.
Most have similar discrepancies in their adoption paperwork. Among them is lawyer Davy Delje. She helped convince the Dutch government to set up a commission to investigate. The commission's report has now been published and reveals shocking abuses in cases of international adoption from Brazil, Colombia, Indonesia, Sri Lanka and Bangladesh before 1998. It lists cases of baby farms, human trafficking and forged documents.
They confirmed what we were saying for years now. And perhaps I also was hoping that they would say, well, it was not so bad. But now it's actually a confirmation that it is very bad.
Davy Delje now represents a group of adoptees who demand that the Dutch state funds their research for their biological parents. For now, the government has admitted its mistakes, turning a blind eye for too long.
Wow, man.
The state did not do what was expected of it.
Dutch Minister
It should
for
have been
Legal
more active in
Protection.
preventing this abuse. This is the painful truth. Apologies are needed, and therefore today, on behalf of the Cabinet, I apologise to those impacted.
The report warned today's adoption system is still vulnerable to dubious practices and proved so damning it prompted the government to suspend international adoptions. Davy Delje's adoptive mother welcomes the decision. She trusted the Dutch authorities when she adopted her daughter.
Maybe her biological mother is still searching for her. We never knew what was going on. Excuse me. It makes me
Wait,
really
who's
hot.
this? Adoptive. So this is the mother that's actually the mother of the two that actually adopted them.
It makes me really sad to know there might be someone out there still looking for their child. It's a terrible thought.
I believe it is,
Imagine,
bro. Honestly,
you
like,
take your daughter to daycare. And when you come to pick her up, they say they've given her away to someone who can take better care of her.
So?
It's crazy, bro. Crazy to believe, like...
Since the 1970s, around 40,000 children have been adopted from abroad into Dutch families.
40,000 people, children. Bro, that is a big amount.
Intermediary organizations
That is a
profited
big
from
amount
the
of
adoptions
children.
and partook in abuses. Several of these organizations refused our interview requests. For those affected, this comes as no surprise.
In average, especially in the peak periods, let's say in the 80s, 90s,
Okay.
approximately $2.5 billion a year was turning over in intercountry adoption. That's an industry, right? Are you going to tell me that we could not have used a percentage of this money to help the families in these countries? I don't believe so. I think we could have helped them all.
Today, Dorit and Miriam are both happily married and have children of their own. But the idea that they may have been kidnapped or sold still haunts them. Their adoptive parents had to pay several thousand euros in placement fees to make the adoption happen. Dorit and Miriam grew up believing that their biological parents were poor, sick and unable to feed their children. They say looking for the truth can be a painful process.
Are you ready to know that you won't find them? That also your papers are false? If you are ready for that, then I would say go. If you're not ready, don't do it. Because it's only painful for you. And well, we
For everyone
are
in general,
40 years old. And in Indonesia, the people won't get really old. So maybe they are already dead, maybe. So, and if you have...
There is a chance for that as well. Like 41 years later, must be hard.
Now, you can choose for it to stay happy.
Wow. Oh, that's a cool chair, I must say. Look at that. Over the water, that's cool.
Miriam have given up their search for their relatives in Indonesia. Those fundamental questions about their heritage, origins and ancestors may never be answered. But what remains is a common history, their life in the Netherlands, and their promise to always support each other as sisters.
Wow. Wow, man. So there you go. That was actually a really interesting video. I mean, it is kind of hard. Like, I can imagine how hard it is for the adoptive children as well. Like, finding out that they're adoptive, especially by different mothers, like these two sisters. It's painful, not for just them, for everyone in general. Let me know, guys, your thoughts on this in the comments below. Hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, guys, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to check out our Discord community. Link will be in the description below, so go check that out. And yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good day, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out.